So good morning. We are here today at the Conference of Paris by the International Economic Forum of the Americas, and I'm very honored to have here with me today Gabriela Ramos, who's the Chief of Staff to the OECD, who's the Sherpa for the G20, and who has just came out of her panel. Gabriela, hi. Good morning. How was this morning's panel? What message did you bring for us and for the presence of the conference today?
Well, can you imagine that the first question I was asked is whether multilateralism is dead? But in the OECD, where we feel we are building multilateral solutions. So I could not agree with that. But I feel that is a very legitimate question because, as we know, what is happening with the rise in populism, what is happening in our fractured societies that are always voting for the very extreme left or the very extreme right, it's a very clear message that we need to provide with effective solutions to the challenges we face. And I think this is a conclusion that I take from the discussion, but also from the Conférence de Paris, that is always providing a very good basis to advance innovative solutions. And what do I mean by that? We cannot be stuck in a way we do things. If we need to find solutions for climate, let's go for those coalition of the willing who are really eager to move fast. Even in the US, for example, we see that one day the president is withdrawing from the climate agreement, but at the same time you have all the cities, all the majors, business people saying we go for it in the US. Inequalities is something we're really concerned. I am in charge of the Inclusive Growth Initiative in the OECD, and every time we come out with an additional analysis, it's not only not improving, but it's worsening. What you see is that you have 40% of our populations, even in the most advanced economies, completely flat in terms of the salaries, completely flat in terms of their expectations, and very frustrated because they feel that the distribution of the benefits of growth has not been fairly shared. And then you have the expectations of how are we going to ensure that the digital transformation that is so fast and that is everywhere is going to be also evolving in a way that is inclusive. Lots of challenges, but I feel that what we conclude here is that we need not only the multilateral settings to address these issues, to bring all the voices at the table, to do it inclusive, as we did with the tax, very impressive overhaul that we have done with the international tax rules at the OECD with the G20, but also to bring multi-stakeholder approaches, the business sector. Yesterday we were at the Paris Peace Forum with the Business for Inclusive Growth. 40 companies joining the OECD to deliver very concrete solutions for people. And maybe by building this coalition of the willing, we are able to recover trust, which is the main casualty of the conditions in which we are now.
That's a very strong message. Gabriela, what are you taking with you today from the conference? What were your impressions about your panel and about the Conference of Paris in general?
Well, first of all, is that we are worried. We are worried, and the OECD, we are worried. Our governments are worried. Major Hidalgo is worried. The business sector are worried because we feel that there are clear shortcomings in terms of the big challenges we're facing and the solutions that are being provided. We know, and we have our children in the street claiming for more action and more ambition for climate change, and for the very first time in 2018, emissions have started to grow. So it's not only not delivering, but we're moving backwards. So I feel that with the people that is around this conference, but also with the many stakeholders with whom the OECD works, we need to increase the level of ambition of the solutions that we put at the table. We need to say, no, you cannot continue subsidizing fossil fuels for a start. No, you cannot continue building regressive tax reforms. Yes, you need to invest in the people, in the places, in the firms that have been left behind. And this is the main message of inclusion. So I feel that with this common understanding, well, first with this common concern and worry, but also with the common understanding that what we need to recover is trust, and what we need to recover is the solutions for people, for them to re-engage again and to feel that we are taking care of their real problems, maybe we will be able to redress the situation as we see it now.
And how do you feel? Is an event such as the Conference of Paris pushing the limits forward? Is it useful for tackling these major issues around the world?
What is amazing is that you have a group of very important companies, NG and L'Oreal and Codeco and many very important investors. That is the same what happens in my Business for Inclusive Growth initiative, that you have Danone and that you have AXA and Accenture and Goldman Sachs. And all these people are saying we need to go beyond and we need to transform the business models. And it's exactly what we're saying at the OECD. We need to transform the economic model to make it people-centered, not GDP-centered, to ensure that everybody receives their fair shares and that we do not destroy the environment while building up the solutions for people. So I feel that there is a commonality of people that otherwise would be talking about something else, will be talking about investment or financial markets, and they're talking about inclusion. So I'm energized. I'm feeling that we are partnering with the right people, and I feel that bringing the business sector, bringing the private sector, bringing the civil society, bringing the international institutions and the governments, we might be able to find better solutions and deliver for people, which is like never lose that focus.
Gabriela Ramos, thank you for sharing this with us today. We wish you an excellent conference and see you around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.